I'm speaking with Annabelle Gay from the Visitor Centre. Good morning, Annabelle.
Good morning, Gary.
This is your second ever appearance in the Lowdown. What's going on in town?
Well, as ever, we've got a very, very busy time for the closing part of this week, particularly on the Sunday. So there's a lot that we can run through that's coming up for everyone.
Sure, but we've got the Youth Week Homegrown Music Concert. It's featuring a fabulous band, some of the members of whom are actually homegrown.
That is exactly right. So the band is Kids of Yesterday, and they're Sydney-based. They've had some great successes, but their guitar vocalist is Duncan Davidson, who is a homegrown talent from Cowra. So they'll be coming to play at the concert on the 12th of April at the Civic Centre.
Sounds good too. And there's 10 free tickets if they get over there quickly.
That's right, if they're not gone already, but certainly get there quickly. So the Youth Council is giving away those 10 tickets, and they're free tickets. It's one ticket per person, and they're given away on the first-come, first-served basis, but they can be picked up from the Council's Customer Service Centre.
They can, and other tickets are $5 if you go and buy them from Jolly Roger, or $8 a person at the door, and the doors open at 6:30.
That's correct. And the great thing about this concert, Gary, is that there's also free entry from any other budding musicians or professional musicians who'd like to take part in the concert. So they can register their act. It's for solo acts, for duets, or for bands across any type of music style. So they just need to get in touch with the Council's Community Projects Officer and register their interest to perform.
Well, you and I could take our recorders down, couldn't we?
We could. I don't think that we'd be accepted.
Quite possibly, and shouldn't be. They make the worst noise of any instrument ever known.
Aren't they awful?
They are.
But best of luck to any recorder person who is playing. Recordist?
Yeah, good luck to them.
A recordist at the concert.
And sunrise balloon flights, this sounds good too.
They sound absolutely beautiful. A balloon flight around Canowindra is always a lovely thing to do, but these are being run in conjunction with Orange's Food Week, which has now starts actually on the 12th. So these are sunrise balloon flights with Graham and Jan Kerr, and there's also a gourmet champagne breakfast for when you finish your flight.
That sounds great. And having been over the early morning starts and champagne when you land is the usual go with it.
Yes, absolutely lovely. A glass of champagne after you've been over picturesque Canowindra. So that's $280 a person, which includes the breakfast as well as the balloon flight. And they can call Graham and Jan to make their booking, or if there's any inquiries, they can call them on 6344 1819.
And I think the champagne is the relief that you actually landed.
I think so. A safe landing deserves a champagne.
It does. There was a Sunday movie on too, Warhorse. Now, that was featured in Australia's Story here a few months ago too.
That's right. So that's the actual movie that Steven Spielberg created, and then they've created a production of a film that's about Warhorse as well, which is going very well, and that's still showing. But this is part of the Cowra Cancer Action Group and the Cowra Services Club's monthly movies that they put on. So Warhorse is their selection for this month, and that's on the 14th of April, so that's on Sunday, at the Falcon Room at the Services Club.
And Main Horse in that was trained by an Australian lass.
That's very good to know.
That's the story. There you go, you see.
Yeah.
But what about Tommy's High Tea? Doesn't sound very classy event.
Doesn't it? And no doubt it will be. Anything that Tommy's got to do with. That's on Sunday as well, and that's going to be at 7 Carlton Street at Tommy's house, starting at 2 p.m. But it's not only just a high tea, it's also featuring a fashion parade from the closet. So they'll be showing off their autumn and winter fashions, which is a terrific addition to the high tea.
That sounds great, and that's to raise money for the hospital auxiliary.
That's right. So a very good cause, and the tickets are $20 a person, which is very reasonable. So people who are interested in going along to that can purchase their ticket at the closet, so they'll need to go beforehand and get a ticket. Sounds
good. And, you know, if you can make it, you can bake it, and you can sell it. That's the motto for the Goolagong Log Cabin Hall Markets.
That's right. So they're a monthly event, and they'll be on again on Sunday at the Log Cabin Hall, and there's all sorts of stalls with plants, handmade cards, bric-a-brac, and a heap of yummy produce, which is all grown and sourced from the local region.
And this sounds good too. The Tough Times Workshop, which is up at the Cowra Tafe Dining Room, which is very comfortable. It's just there on Carlton Street. The former Skill Set apprentice Ben Dawson will present Tough Times, his story of being injured at work and becoming a paraplegic.
That's right. So this is actually for next week, but it's actually on the Monday, and I just wanted to talk to people about it because we won't talk again, Gary, in between now and then. But
That's
Ben's
right.
going to be presenting to people, as you say, at the TAFE dining room, and talking to people about how his story, his personal story, and what's happened, and how he's the next stages of his life, but also how his life changed in that split second, and talking about how people can stay safe in the workplace. So it's a great thing for employers, apprentices, trainees, and certainly parents and any members of the community to go along to and hear Ben's terrific story. He's a really enthusiastic guy, so it's wonderful to hear from Ben.
Sounds fabulous. And just like every other weekend, there is more than enough to do to keep you busy in Cowra.
That's right. And a little FYI at the end, a lot of people have been interested in the Cowra at Home 100-mile lunch. The tickets for that have now sold out. That's supposed to be, well, he's going to be on this Sunday. It's that famous luncheon on that happens every year. But there is a ticket waiting list. So if people are interested, they can visit the www.canowraathome.org.au website and register their interest and go on a waiting list for tickets.
And possibly go to church on Sunday morning and pray for some good luck.
That's right. That's very good timing.
That'd be a really good idea. And I'm not surprised that's sold out because it's such a huge hit.
That's right. Very popular. So anyone who's interested in, if you do miss out this year, certainly keep an eye on it for next year and make sure you book in early.
Book in early. Okay, Annabelle, thank you very much for that. And we will catch you again next week.
Thank you, Gary. I look forward to it and look forward to seeing everyone out and about in the meantime.
Okay, bye.
Bye.